This past week has been a devastating and an emotionally overwhelming experience for the people of Southern Alberta, and indeed for all Albertans. It's been shocking to see the unbelievable destruction and the powerful impact of these floods. We will live with this forever. From High River to Canmore to Medicine Hat and to Lethbridge, I've seen an Alberta that I think few of us could imagine just a short time ago. And I've met people with more resilience, positivity, and courage than I ever thought possible. And while many communities are now shifting toward recovery, communities like Medicine Hat, Drumheller, and others are bracing for what's still to come. So before I continue, I want to remind everyone, please listen to the evacuation orders. When you're told to move, you need to move. That's how you keep yourself safe, it's how you keep your family safe, and it's how you keep our first responders out of harm's way. I want all Albertans to know that this disaster, as we all know, is completely unprecedented. This is now confirmed as the largest flood in Alberta's history. It's impacted our cities, our towns, First Nations communities, and smaller communities across Southern Alberta. This disaster is entirely unique in its speed, its scale, and its scope, and in the number of people and the communities that it's impacted. Our government fully recognizes that. And that's why to date, we've brought together all of the provincial resources necessary to respond to this disaster through the Alberta Emergency Management Agency. And today, we begin to rebuild. First, I want to talk about financial assistance and insurance. We fully understand that the financial impact that this is having on families in Alberta and communities in Alberta is devastating, and that families need immediate assistance. And we know now that most of the losses that are involved were uninsurable. But I want you to know that that's why we have a disaster recovery fund. It is there to address those gaps. And we'll have resources available so that you can access support as quickly as possible. Second, we want to provide support to communities for short-term and long-term infrastructure needs, because communities are going to need extensive support for infrastructure repair and rebuilding. This is going to require a tremendous amount of resource coordination and financial support. We know that there are bridges that have washed away that need to be replaced, roads that need to be rebuilt, and schools that will need to be reopened. And we will get that done. Third, let's remind ourselves that Albertans are honest people. And all of you who've been impacted by this need to focus on the important task at hand, which is rebuilding your homes and your lives. And you need to be able to do that without worrying about being taken advantage of. We know that there's serious risk of consumer fraud, and we're going to take action to protect people from price gouging and fly-by-night operators. There are penalties under legislation, and we will prosecute anyone who takes advantage of flood victims for personal gain. This is like nothing that we've ever seen before in Alberta, and it's going to require monumental marshalling of resources, skills, and people. The complexities of the recovery and the rebuilding will be immense. But my message today is that your government is mobilizing, and we will do what's necessary to get the job done. To those of you who are out of your homes right now and worried about your future, we understand that, and we will get you the help that you need. We are Albertans. We are resilient. We are up to this task. We will rebuild together, and our communities will be stronger than ever before. Thank you.